All right, Indian Creek families, this video is actually intended for parents. Students, you're more than welcome to watch. I'd love for you to be fully aware of the information I'm going to be sharing, but I created this video so that our parents are well informed on what we'll be sending home 4 times this school year for you, so that you're fully aware of what's happening at Indian Creek Elementary and you can help us celebrate the incredible growth your child is going to make this school year. So what I'm going to be going over today are the Iready Diagnostic Growth Reports. So I have 2 things we're going to look at. First, we're going to watch a video together, and it's from Iready, and I think it does a great job explaining it. I want you to watch it, pay attention to it, because I'm then going to go over the second thing, which is the growth report. So every child at Indian Creek will be taking the Iready Diagnostic now 5 times this school year. They've already taken it twice. They took it in August, and they just took it again in October. And because they've taken it twice, they now have what's called a growth report. What we're going to do is we're going to look at what is a growth report and what does it mean for your child. And then we're going to look at a sample of one, and then I'll share with you how to find your child's growth report, because I'm going to send them home to you. And I want you to look at them, and I want you to talk to your kid about their growth from August to October. So let's take a look at this video and see what we can gain from this video.
In classrooms across the nation, there are students who are not proficient in grade level work. How can we change this? We can start by giving every student individualized, attainable, and challenging goals so that they can grow toward grade level proficiency. Iready's diagnostic growth model does just this. Students need growth goals that consider both their current needs and give each learner an ambitious target to work toward. The premise of our growth model is that while every student may start in a different place, every child can work toward grade level proficiency. Our model uses 2 benchmarks: typical growth, which is the average growth of students at each placement level, and stretch growth, which is how much we want each student to grow to put them on a path towards proficiency. In each classroom, there are many students with unique strengths and areas of need. In one classroom, there could be 17 students who are 2 or more grade levels below, 6 students 1 grade level below, and still 2 students on grade level. Each of these students needs goals that are challenging but attainable. With our growth model, the students in this classroom have different targets. Let's talk about typical growth. For our students who begin the year at a placement of mid, late, or above grade level on the Iready Diagnostic, we expect to see growth of 21 points, 25 points for students who have a placement of early on grade level, 26 points for students with a placement of 1 grade level below, 27 points for students at 2 grade levels below, and 30 points for students who start the year with a placement of 3 or more levels below. Now let's discuss stretch growth. Think about stretch growth targets as being rigorous, yet attainable. For our students who begin the year at mid, late, or above level, 30 points. For students who are early on grade, 34 points. 35 points for students who are 1 grade level below, 43 points for students who are 2 grade levels below, and 55 points for students who start the year 3 or more grade levels below. Now let's dive even deeper. Alejandro and Nia both start the year 2 grade levels below. We know both students are capable of growing. However, if Alejandro continues to make typical growth, he may not grow enough to meet on-grade level standards. He will move in the right direction, but it will not be enough to get him where he needs to be. Nia has met her stretch growth goal for 1 year. She is still 1 grade level below, but she has made a lot of progress. When she meets her stretch growth goal the following year, she will have grown enough to be on grade level. But Alejandro and Nia both deserve goals that put them on a path to proficiency. That's why we think growth targets can be a tool for equity. Students may take different paths and have different needs to get to grade level work, but we believe all students deserve high standards and attainable goals. Not every goal will get every student to proficiency in a year. Some targets put students on a multi-year path to proficiency. This is by design. Let's take a look at a 3rd grade student, Maya. She takes her fall diagnostic and scores a 409, placing her 2 grade levels below. Her typical growth, or what we'd expect from the average student at this placement, is 27 points. Her ambitious stretch growth target is 43 points. Even if she hits the stretch growth target of 43 points for a third grader, she won't quite be at mid-on level. Her path to proficiency is designed to take more than a year, but if she hits that stretch growth target of 43 points, she'll be well on her way. That's the Iready growth model. It's based on research from the millions of students who have taken the Iready diagnostic assessments. By differentiating the goals based on each student's Iready placement, we can provide typical and stretch growth targets that are reasonable, challenging, and attainable. Some students will reach their goals before others, but all students will be moving in the right direction. Every learner deserves a chance to chart their path toward success. The Iready growth model provides educators and students with the tools to do just that.
All right, so hopefully that was worth your time. It explained a lot, so I'm going to try to go over a couple items with you that you'll be getting for your specific child. So the key concept that I want you to understand is that every child's on a different path, and as I tell the kids, that's okay. It's okay to be a little below grade level, but what we want to make sure is that your child is growing throughout the school year. And that's why we take this diagnostic so often. Students will take it, like I said, 5 times: August, October, December, March, and May. And after each time they take it this year, you'll be getting a growth report to see the progress your child is making. So here's a sample. This is not one of our students. This is a made up sample from Iready. This is what the report will look like, and you will find this in Parent Square under Secure Documents. So you need the Parent Square app to be able to see these reports. So make sure you get that, okay? And so what you're going to get is you're going to get a couple bar graphs over here on the side, and then the main bar graph here. And this is what you want to look at. What it's going to show you is the number of times your child has taken the test. So you can see this child took it in September, December, and March. Does that look like? So they've taken it 3 times this year, and then you can see that they started their test. They took it at a 463. That was their first score. Then they grew a little bit. They grew by 17 points. And you can see once they hit 17 points, they're actually at that green line, and that green area is on grade level. So this child started below grade level, but because they grew a total of 29 points by the end of the year, they actually are right in grade level where they're supposed to be. And that's what you want. So every child will have a different goal for the year. Every child will work hard towards their goal. Some of the things that they can do to help them reach their goal is actually get on Iready, because Iready is not only the diagnostic test, it's also My Path. So parents, listen for My Path. That's what you want to have your child on. Students should be getting 45 minutes of My Path for both reading and math every week, and that will help them show growth. My Path is great because how they do on this test, if they miss questions on this test, let's say they miss 2 plus 2, well, guess what My Path is going to do? It's going to teach them what 2 plus 2 is. Now, that's an example. All right. So it gives them lessons based on how they perform on each diagnostic test, and it has those lessons that are specifically triggered for that child based on their performance. Over here on the side, you're going to see 2 bar graphs. This says that the child made 161% of typical growth. So basically, how did they do compared to their grade level peers across the country? And then down here is how did they do with their stretch growth? Now, Indian Creek, we challenge every child to make stretch growth. And that's what you want to see. You guys want to check out that bar graph down here. We want all students at Indian Creek making stretch growth. So all students need to be reading every night. All students need to be getting their 45 minutes of Iready in every single week so that we can see these bar graphs grow all year long. So I encourage you guys to hop on Parent Square. Make sure you get on the secure documents and you can see your child's growth report. I'm going to be sending the first round of growth reports out following fall break so that you can look at them and see how much growth your child has made. If you have any questions about your child's specific plan on how we're going to get them to grow and get them to on and beyond grade level, please reach out to your classroom teacher at any time. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Yeah, I still call it Twitter. And then make sure you subscribe to the Principal Kemper YouTube channel. But as always, keep exploring.